Welcome back to CryptoWealthy channel, guys. In today's episode we are discussing about news in the crypto space and also Bitcoin itself, and we're going to discuss some main news as the Bitcoin Cash mining hits the road, what is going on there and how could this take effect on the Bitcoin hash rate itself. Also, I mentioned in the previous video that we're going to do separate videos with the technical analysis and the separate videos about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency news in general, so make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you like that sort of a plan and that sort of a videos. And now let's get started. So the first news that we're going to cover, and we have a lot today, so make sure you stick to us and listen what kind of updates we're bringing you today. Bitcoin Cash post halving 2 hours block hash rate hit. Not even a day has passed since the Bitcoin Cash halving, and already the hash rate has taken a hit and block generation slowed significantly. This means that the Bitcoin Cash reward for miners is 12.5 to 6.25 BCH reduced today. Interesting thought about Bitcoin Cash miners, which we discussed actually in the previous videos, is that the BCH BSV block halvings will force miners to Bitcoin mining. So the reason why are they saying this is because the BCH mining will be significantly unprofitable to actually mine. They will actually merge to the Bitcoin network because the machines that they are using are the same for the Bitcoin, and also they have 1 month to mine Bitcoin and be more profitable. But if we check the charts, this is the BCH mining chart, and we can see over here that we did actually drop significantly over here, and we are still waiting to see what will happen with the Bitcoin Cash hash rate. Is this really going to happen? Because on the Bitcoin hash rate over here we can see return of the hashing power as the price of the Bitcoin also doing this rising wedge formation that we discussed in the yesterday's video on the charts. So for now it still remains to be seen if the Bitcoin Cash miners will actually merge there, which will lead this chart to drop further lower. So if you're observing this chart, you will see this chart will still continuously go on the downside, while the Bitcoin could slightly increase on the way to the upside, and that could give you the clue that the miners are actually merging into the Bitcoin hash rate power instead staying onto the unprofitable Bitcoin Cash mining. Next news, COVID-19 has reduced the risk of a post-halving price dump, which is pretty funny and pretty interesting news because the recent COVID-19 market crash has reduced the risk of a halving price dump and could have set up a Bitcoin bull run. Some cryptocurrency experts believe, of course, because we did have flash crash to 3.8k, and that was significant drop. Nobody actually expected Bitcoin to drop so significantly, but as we know, we did recover very fast, and we still don't know if we are out of the woods yet. Please make sure you check our technical analysis videos that we're going to make, and we made actually, so you would know where we standing. The result being that after the halving passes, plus maybe some months of potential hazard volatility, the mining industry will be in a much stronger position with an overall lower cost base. Bendixson added, this set things up nicely for a midterm bull run. Let's see what he has to say over here. What that means is that miners are likely to not have to sell as high of a proportion of their mined coins as before the halving and the actual halving. When you add that to this, mean that we are potentially about to see a midterm bullish virtuous cycle in the making. So yeah, if you think about it, we do have some sort of a hype maybe now, and that's maybe something that is leading this price to go on the way to the upside, and we do know that we don't have a volatility which could be fatal for the Bitcoin if something goes wrong, especially in the world today, financial world that is getting into new recession and the crisis. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, author says gold, silver and Bitcoin lie outside the system. The reason I endorse Bitcoin is because it's just for one freaking reason. You're not part of the system, Kiyosaki said. It's a separation of a government and my money. He laughingly added quoting sentiment Pompliano has expressed many times. The Fed is not a bank. is a cartel owned by the richest people on the planet, which we'll never see. He said, referencing book called The Creature from Jekyll Island and Grunge of Giants, the guys that own the Fed controls the world, Kiyosaki added. Kiyosaki pointed to gold, silver, and Bitcoin as ways to escape inflation and the reportedly controlled system that currently faces difficulties. The reason is you're off the central banking system, you're outside the system, he said. That's why I say gold and silver are God's money and Bitcoin's open source people's money. One interesting also news and development on the space in general is that YouTube actually started to ban Bitcoin propaganda videos and channels, and some of them actually really have been banned. We're going to discuss about that maybe in some other videos, which could potentially lead from the governments in the US which are putting the propaganda against Bitcoin, so they could actually protect the money. This could probably be connected with it, but we're going to cover that news when I do more research about that, but this is for now just a guess. Tim Draper, pandemic could be the tipping point for Bitcoin. Draper believes people will start turning to Bitcoin as it has a fixed supply, in stark contrast to fiat, which is being printed in the billions by central banks. He said, this is going to be a really interesting time where people say, well, why don't I use Bitcoin? I know there are only 21 million of them, and we don't have to worry about whether a government is diluting their currency by printing tons of it. We can instead just use a currency we all agree on, and it's all a part of the economy, and it's already frictionless and open and transparent and global. This is well said, but I don't think we are still in this stage that people understand or even heard about Bitcoin. Just as I know maybe 300 million people know about cryptocurrency and the Bitcoin space in general, so we don't know if this could be the case even with them. So we still need to see some sort of a big adoption on the Bitcoin, which is actually happening, but it's going slowly and surely. So yeah, I do believe that we need to see further more development in the Bitcoin fundamental sphere and also the pricing in order to see this sort of a happening. People still don't understand how money and gold is working, especially not with the Bitcoin, at least not for now, but we will have this in the future. And again, prediction. Bobby Lee calls for Bitcoin to reach all-time high in 2020. Lee referenced previous halving that were accompanied by upward price action, noting, when new supply is cut in half and demand stays the same or increases, a price increase is a certainty. An increase of 25% to 50% by the third halving in May is a very modest expectation. I mean, on paper we are right, but in the reality we do have some problems in the world, as you know, with the virus and with the financial crisis and recession that we are coming into. So yeah, this is just on paper. The problem with this is whenever the Bitcoin is getting a momentum and or whatever asset we are discussing about, the problem is as much as the price is big, that much we need a lot of more money to actually lift the price on the way to the upside. So make sure you have that in consideration where you're putting some sort of things on paper. Halving will probably help a lot, but we need time in order to see that, especially now in this financial crisis. We need to see how this will affect Bitcoin all the way until the end. So we need to see that balance first between Bitcoin and the dollar itself, and also the halving effect that will hit probably few months after this May. Who knows, maybe we hit parabolic move after May, but I'm not so sure. Dutch brokerage platform launches crypto trading across Europe. In response to the growing demand for cryptocurrency trading, Dutch retail brokerage platform Books launches its commission-free cryptocurrency trading platform Books Crypto. They stated, we see Books Crypto as a natural extension of our current lineup, which is focused on offering products that make it simple and affordable for even the newest investor to get into the financial markets. At present, the platform supports the trade of 6 major cryptocurrencies, namely Bitcoin, Ether, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin. Sticking to regulations, the platform assured its users that they will register with Dutch Central Bank (DNB) as a cryptocurrency service provider. Thought they did not clarify when. So this is also very good and important to see that the cryptocurrency adoption is happening no matter the financial crisis and the crisis in world in general. And it's also most important that we are going to be pitched with the banks and regulators, so we will not have fraud on this platform, or at least it will be secured probably if some hack happens or whatever. So yeah, this is worth of mentioning for today's video. Last but not least, Africa one more time. Cardano partners with South African blockchain aliens to boost adoption. Cardano believes in empowering individuals and enterprises by putting them in direct control of their information, wealth, and value. Blockchain technology lets developing nations break ties with legacy banking system, costly middlemen, and enhanced political structures. This is also more on the blockchain side, but Africa has been placed in lately where the most development about cryptocurrency and blockchain technology in general is happening, and I think the Africa could be maybe the leading continent where many firms will actually start businesses there with the governments and with many others. And I also have one coin that is already having contracts with the government. They are doing some amazing stuff where they are actually going to host the national currency on it, which will lift the price of their coin. And they have so much many other use cases that people doesn't know about. And also many people were discussing how the altcoins will detach from the Bitcoin and how investors should actually search for the coin, which is going to have insane good use case and going to have team and community behind it, which could lead 100x, 1000x, and maybe even 10,000x, who knows. And I do think that that coin is dead, but I'm not going to say which coin that is. Maybe I'm going to start a series of that coin and the blockchain technology. Just want to talk about blockchain version 3.0, what it could do and how powerful that thing could actually be. I think this is it for today, ladies and gentlemen, and please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, because I'm uploading news and videos and updates every single day on those platforms, and I don't want you to miss any of them if you want to be updated in the crypto space in general. I want to thank each last one of you for watching our videos, ladies and gentlemen. As and always, until the next episode, happy trading and goodbye.